Hopefully Jess will join us. Let's see.
Yeah, it's after 7:35.
Yeah, I texted her. We'll see. All right. So more shoulder stuff tonight. Just like we were talking about yesterday, overuse of your traps here makes your neck, like a lot of neck pain comes from that overuse of your traps. So we're gonna do some more of those like slow shoulder rolls with some head movements, some back stretching. And then I thought we'd do a little bit of posterior and anterior, like upper back opening. So with the all four position. So we'll need a book today, like a coffee table book. Actually, Patty, your new book is probably perfect actually for this. You'd love that. You need like a yoga block, unless you have the thin ones. This is a little bit too high. So something that's about 2 inches or so is pretty perfect. We need to run around when we get there, no worries. Yeah, does that sound good for everybody?
Yeah.
Cool. Let me grab my book real quick and then we'll jump on it. Like security.
When do you leave, Sarah?
On Saturday morning.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's a little Friday night to frantically finish packing before we head out early to the ferry. We have to take the Edmonds to Kingston and then Port Angeles to Victoria. So like, and that one we can buy, but the Edmonds one you can't buy ahead of time. So it's like, there's gonna be some uncertainty in the travel plans. We'll work it out.
You're bringing your car?
Yeah, we're gonna bring the car because Tofino is 4.5 hours or so from Victoria. So we'd have to rent a car. So we were like, we'll just drive a car.
I was just thinking, it's so easy to walk onto the ferries, but if you have to bring a car, it can be a real hassle.
Yeah. It's all right. We'll do the Clipper someday too, and that'll probably be really fun. Nice. Okay, let's start with a couple of nice movements here. Let's go arms up and around, and an inhale, take your arms up nice and high. And a nice slow exhale back down. You guys feeling your shoulders from yesterday?
Yes.
A little bit. I definitely am too. Okay, nice and slow up. Nice, and then back down. Good, do that one more time. Breathe in through your nose. So if you can slow down your exhale. Good, and then reach up here, we'll find a side bend. So reach up nice and tall. And your exhale, let's side bend to the right. So right arm down, left arm up and over. And then stay here, a couple of slow breaths, a little bit of movement for your head, slow breath in. Slow breath out. Good, just like always, looking for that 4 count in, 8 count breath out. Nice, and then next inhale, let's reach arms back up. Exhale to the left. Good, try to stack your shoulders so you really feel into your side. So rather than a bit of a twist, it's like just the side stretch through the right side. Good, and then next inhale, bring your arms up. And we'll find a little twist to the right. So take one hand to your knee, other hand somewhere behind you. Nice tall lift, and then think about thoracic spinal twist. A little bit of core engagement since we are doing a little bit of rotation through the spine, so always want to support the bones and joints there. And then as far as you want to with your head, feel free to keep it totally neutral. And we're gonna add in a little bit of a reach here. So sit up nice and tall. Slow exhale. And then reach your right arm up and over so you're getting a little bit of side bend with the twist. Yeah, perfect. Good. Breathe in. And breathe out. Good. Next, inhale back to center. Both arms reach up really tall. We'll exhale, twist to the left. Good. Nice tall core, or nice tall lift through the top of your head. Little baby core engagement. Think thoracic, spine, shoulders twisting. Nice. If you want a little extra stretch with your shoulder, this hand that's on your knee, just give it like a nice grip and kind of a pull away. Will help pull your shoulder blade away from your spine a little bit. And then take a breath in, sit up real tall. Exhale, make sure you can feel your sits bones. And then left arm up and over on the next breath in. Good, little head movement if you want it, or maybe you just want to hold it still this time. Good, and the next inhale, reach back up. On your exhale, find a couple of big arm circles. Good, and then reverse. Oh, that's tight. Good, and then give your arms a little shake out. And then let's do the head movements with our shoulder movements. If you feel like you want to sit up, I was just realizing that I didn't sit up tall on something. So if you want a little bit of height underneath you, we're still going to be here for a little bit longer. Also, if you're cross-legged, try to cross the other way just to give it a little change. Okay, so like we did yesterday, we're going to go elevate, depress, protraction, and retraction. And then we'll move our head in different ways to help stretch all the different muscles in your neck. But let's give it a quick movement first. Did you guys hear that? The cats just knocked something over.
Wow.
They're fine. Okay, so let's start we'll just do the shoulders first and then we'll add the head in just to make sure we got it. So elevate, lift your shoulders up towards your ears. So less the traps, right? And more like just the shoulder blades up. And then depress, shoulders down. And then reach forward. Here's the protraction. I like to bring my arms into it. I feel like it's helpful, but you don't have to. And then retraction is back. I think one of them's locked in the closet. Hold on one second. I think that's what's happening. The other one's just sitting outside the door, like nothing's happening. And then Bowser was stuck in there. He knocked over on my yoga mats. Oh, Christ, it's a burger.
The freezer once.
What's that?
We found a kitten in the freezer once.
Oh my goodness. Was
Yeah.
it okay?
Yeah, it was cold, but it was okay.
Oh, jeez. Well, just locked in the closet. No big deal. All right, let's do this again. So elevate and depress, and then protraction and retraction. Okay, so then adding in head movements, let's look up to start. So elevate and depress, and then protraction and retraction, and then chin to chest, elevate and depress, protraction, retraction. Head to center, drop your right ear to right shoulder, elevate, depress, protraction, retraction. Opposite ear to shoulder, elevate, depress, protraction, retraction. Good. Head back to center, look up and to the right, like there's a birdie in the sky. Elevate and depress and protraction, retraction, up and to the left, elevate, depress, protraction, retraction, down and to the right, elevate, depress, protraction, retraction. Good. Down and to the left. Elevate and depress. Protraction and retraction. Good. And then back to center. Just roll it out a little bit.
There's really a difference in one spot.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
Jess is not joining us, by the way. I just got a message. A1 has dance rehearsal already for the Nutcracker, which is not so Christmas, so kind of crazy. It starts so quickly. Okay, let's do some back stretching next. So same options as we had yesterday, the supported child's pose, the crocodile if you wanted to lay over something, or walking your hands down a wall. So if you have something you really like, feel free to head there. Otherwise, if you're like kind of in for whatever, maybe try something that you didn't try yesterday. So I'm gonna do the walk down one, just because it's a little bit different. I don't usually do this one. So if you wanted to do this one, you come up to a wall and your hands would be touching the wall, and then take just one step back. Bend your knees a bit so it looks like you're doing a squat, except round through your back a little bit, and then allow your head to come between your arms, and then your hands will come down just enough until you start feeling your lower back. So with any of the ones that we're doing, it's all about feeling a nice stretch through your lower back. Just like we were talking about yesterday, tightness in the shoulders, limited mobility in this upper back is often because lower back is super tight. Like we got to clear this up before we can really clear up all the upper back stuff.
So if I wanted to do the crocodile, I lay on my belly and I put the bolster
Just
under
like
my hips.
Yeah, so like if you were doing a supported bridge pose, except on your belly.
Okay.
Like same area, from like belly button to the tops of your hips is where you want to be, or tops of your legs. But you probably need more height.
Yeah, I think you're right.
You need more than you think. Like even this bolster is not enough for me. Yeah, perfect. Good, so whichever one you guys choose to be in, take about 6 breaths in there. Yeah, Christine, that okay?
Yeah.
It's good, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, nice, perfect. Okay, so go in for 4, out for 8. Just feeling your lower back, stretch and release. Remember to keep it pretty gentle. It doesn't have to be hard. And in fact, with all of these, going really intense is counterintuitive because it's going to kick up your nervous system rather than keeping it in parasympathetic where we need it. When you finish it, come on up. These cats are just like playing in curtains tonight too.
Oh, 30 ml for 2 pumps.
For 2 pumps?
Well, that was the dosage, 2.
Yeah. Okay.
I think
you're supposed to do 2 pumps a day normally. 1 in the morning, 1 in the evening.
so 30 ml. I think he said that it was you need less because of the way he formulated it. But I would think since it's topical, you'd need more.
I don't know, but I'm glad you got the answer.
Mm-hmm. That sounds right.
Yeah.
It was 15 for each, so 30.
Yeah. It's like not a lot. Okay. You guys feeling good in your backs?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're gonna do, so now you'll want your book for the next one. We're basically gonna be in like a tabletop position, and then we'll round through your back. So you're really in the cat pose of cat-cow. And what happens with the height, when we add a little bit of height, the hand that's elevated, you get an extra stretch on the anterior, the front part of that chest, and then you get a posterior stretch on on the hand that's not elevated. So we'll go both sides, but you might really feel a difference from side to side when you do this. So just like a normal tabletop, and then round through your back, and like really press the ground away. And think about pulling your sternum up. Good. And then we'll take about 6 breaths here again. In through your nose for 4. Open mouth, exhale for 8. Okay, so when you finish your 6 here, we'll come on out. And then sit back for a moment, just circle it out. Could you guys tell the difference?
Yeah, it feels weird.
It is weird, right?
I like that one.
We'll do both sides so that we get that stretch equaled out. But if you feel like in your body, one side is really like hitting the spot, feel free to take this on and just do the one side. Like it's totally fine to be asymmetrical and that kind of stretching. Let's switch it up to the other side and see what you feel on this side. There we go, pressing the ground away. Letting your head kind of hang forward. 6 breaths, in and out. Should really feel your shoulder blades pulling apart. Good, let's go one more breath in. Out for 8. Good, and then sit back and circle it out. Could you tell the difference?
Yeah, that's how
Totally.
I wonder if my legs or my arms are different lengths, like my leg.
Possibly. It's probably more to do with one scapula moving nicely versus the other, because that would like, you know, pull your humerus back if your scapula wasn't moving nicely. Very possible. Okay, so we're done with that. And then we're gonna lay on our side and do those arm reaches that we did yesterday. So you'll want something for your head. Nice. And then knees, you know, roughly about 90 degrees on the knees and the hips, totally fine if they're a little bit lower than that. stacking through your arms and your hands. On your inhale, you're gonna reach your top hand about halfway. And then as you exhale, you'll go back about the same distance. So fingertips touching kind of the knuckles right at the top of the hand each way. And trying not to do much movement through your hips here. So you're really getting it just through the shoulders. So the hips stay pretty much stacked. In fact, maybe even like a slight tuck of the pelvis here, just to kind of help to stretch out through the lower back a little bit more. Filling that space between your shoulder blade and your spine. Yeah, let's go 2 more breaths. In and out. Good, last one on this side. Good job, and then we'll just flip on over to the other side. Starting to feel pretty good there?
Oh yeah, I love that.
That's definitely one of my favorites too. It's so nice. So simple. Good, nice supported head. Hands and arms stacked. Here we go. Inhale, reach. And then exhale, pull back. Remember, you got just a little baby tuck in your pelvis. Really just moving the shoulders forward and back. Try not to move through the hips and the legs. Slow exhale. Slow inhale. Nice, let's go one more time. Inhale forward. Slow exhale. Nice job. And then sit up for a moment again, give your shoulders a little circle out. And noticing how every time you do something, you come back, circle it out, feels like it's a little looser, a little more mobile, a little less pain in the neck, all those kinds of things. We're gonna move into a pretzel into a twist next. So you're gonna be on your belly, but you might wanna have a blanket or block or something. It's kind of close at hand. We're gonna go a one-sided pretzel. So this is the one arm at a time. It's kind of like the thread the needle, except your whole body's on the ground. So let's take right arm underneath you. So you're just reaching the right arm under. And then left hand maybe hangs out underneath your head or just kind of rests off to the side. And then once you get your arm under you, you can also pull left knee up if you'd like a little bit of hip stretch at the same time. So right arm is underneath you, left knee can pull up if it wants to. Nice. And then we're gonna hang out here for a couple of minutes. Everybody feeling all right?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Yeah, this one feels like, I kind of want to sleep like this. It gives me this like really relaxing kind of feel. Let's really hone in on that nice slow breath. You can have your right hand palm up, palm down. You could try it both ways. Maybe hold one for a while and switch to the other. Just gonna check in to see. You're gonna stretch different parts of your arm depending on how you got it. Doing awesome, you guys. Remember, in these longer holds, because we're working with the shoulder joint that's less stable, you definitely want to be cautious about how much pressure you're putting into that joint. You want to keep it maybe about a 4 or 5 out of 10. Definitely want to feel a stretch, but it shouldn't feel anywhere near your max range of motion. About 30 more seconds here, and then we're going to take it into a twist. Okay, let's take one more breath in. And then the exhale, allow your body to kind of roll more towards the right. So your left leg that's bent is going to be on top of you in a twist. And then your left arm can come all the way up and over. So I was here and I just rolled even more onto this right side, left knee on top, left arm out. Now, some of you might want something underneath this left knee. For me, it feels like a little too intense on my hip to let it hang in the air. So if you want to grab your block or blanket or anything for that. And then allowing the arms to come out kind of like this capital letter T. So we focus less on the hips and more on the shoulders in this stretch. Can really get this pep on the left side. You can play with having a straight left arm, with bending your elbow, with like reaching it farther away from you. If you happen to also climb or go to the gym yesterday and lift some weights for your pecs, you might really feel this. Yeah, we're gonna hang here for a little bit. Get yourself in a place where you feel like, you're fairly, I don't know, comfortable might not be the right word, but maybe it is. Good, sink in. Doing really great, you guys. Keep going nice and slow. Remember that option to add in like another sense into your relaxation? So you could, visualize something or focus a lot on what you're hearing or see something inside your head, maybe the sensations on your skin. See if there's something else that can sort of anchor you into the moment. And then stick with that and your breath.
Sorry. I thought I turned off my ringer.
Oh, I don't hear it. I don't hear anything, Patty.
Oh, good.
Maybe I hear the music enough. Let's go for about 30 more seconds here before we swap over to the other side. Okay, let's go one more breath in. And back out. Good. And then roll fully onto your back. So allow left leg to come all the way over. And then hug your knees into your chest and find a little bit of movement. So maybe circle or sway. Good. And then nice and slow, we'll make your way back onto your belly. Whoop. And then we'll go left arm under. Isn't it nice to have this whole floor space all to yourself? You don't have to worry about hitting anybody. Feel like there's so much space today. Good, so left arm goes under, and again, palm can be up or down. And if you want to, right knee can pull up alongside you. Yeah, it looks good, you bet. Good, so we'll settle in here again for a nice long hold. Make sure you're getting a nice stretch. Looking for that 4 to 5 out of 10 for the left shoulder. Totally fine to feel a little more of that in the right hip. If you do, that might be kind of hard to get a real intense stretch there. But you certainly should feel something in the right side. doing great, you guys. Remember to bring in that other sense. Really focusing in on counting. Or anything else that, really lands for you. We'll go about 30 more seconds here and then we'll take it into that twist. And take one more breath in. And then on the exhale, allow your body to continue twisting towards or over that left side. Yep, right leg's on top and then right arm comes out to the side. And if you want to put something underneath your right knee, you can. And then see if you can reach your right arm all the way out again, looking to feel some pec on this right side. Maybe you bend your elbow, maybe you reach at an angle. Feel free to play with it. That's it, you guys. Just a couple more breaths here. Nice slow breath in for 4. Open mouth, exhale for 8. And then nice and slow, begin to roll completely onto your back. Again, we'll take a moment to hug knees in, or maybe windshield wipers if that sounds good. A little bit of movement through the lower back. And then we'll set up here for a supported fish pose again, but let's do it in the less intense version. So grab your blanket and then give it, sort of a foam roller width so that you can place it just underneath your spine. And then we'll lay over it and allow your head to sort of fall off the end. Bend your knees and put your feet on the floor. And then have your arms in kind of that cactus shape. And if you're unable to actually relax the backs of your hands onto the floor, then put something underneath them. So you might grab your book again if you're maybe just a little bit not quite touching on one side, both sides. Maybe you need more than just a book, whatever you need. But allow yourself to find a position where you can actually really relax into this. That's going to make a huge difference for opening up the shoulders. Yeah. Oh, Patty, you'll want to put those underneath your hands instead of your elbows. So you can relax your hands back. Yeah, there you go. And if you need more height, feel free to make it a little bit higher. You want to be able to definitely relax into that. Yeah, nice. That looks good. Okay, you guys. Okay, and then keep going with the 4-8 breathing. Now let's go 2 more breaths here. Nice, and then when you finish those up, if you had anything underneath your hand, just push it out of the way for a moment. We'll roll off of your blanket, also push that out of the way. And just come back onto your back and do a quick test and see if whoa, now I can actually just flop my hands onto the ground. Nice little extra, yeah, that's a looking better. A little bit more internal rotation for those arms. Good. All right, guys, it is tantrum asana time. So if there's anything you want to have for Shavasana that you want to like take a moment to grab, feel free to do that now. Yeah, a little turn out the lights. Yeah, good call.
Out of my eyes.
That's right. Grab your eye. Do you have your eye pillow?
Nah, I don't know where I put it.
That's okay. All right, here we go, you guys. Let's throw a little tantrum. Like those arms up. They can fly down. Go, 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 go. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh, nice. I'll give everybody a few moments to kind of get settled in for meditation before I start. Good. Once you get settled in, take a moment to just notice how your shoulders feel. And allow yourself to kind of sink into that like nice, open, relaxed feeling through the neck and the shoulders. All right. Today's meditation is from Jeff Warren. It's called Existential Highlighter. So whatever it is, meditation is also an opportunity to wonder at the mystery of our existence. A bit like using a bright yellow highlighter to underscore our day and think, wait, I exist? How weird is that? It's an opportunity to wonder not at the content of our life, but the fact of it. The fact that we exist at all. Most of us don't take time to do this. We've got things to do, money to make, phones to stare at, people to hug. In this meditation, we put all of that on hold and allow ourselves to be happily boggled by our beautiful existential predicament. It's the ultimate accessible meditation. Your only entry qualification is that you must first exist. And if you don't exist, then you'll find this meditation very challenging. Everyone else will ace it. All right, let's go. Start by closing your eyes if you like. Take a few deep breaths and stretch up as you inhale. And then on the exhale, settle in, nice and slow. Easing out any tension, softening the worry lines of your forehead, cheeks, softening your shoulders. It's like with every exhale, get a little more conscious of your body, your presence, of your feet. And now we check in with our equanimity. Equanimity is the skill of allowing. Allowing everything to be what it is. Let the sound be there. Let all the sensations in your body be there. Even let your thoughts and feelings be there. You're just percolating inside of everything. So the main instruction here is to just be and exist and know that you exist. Try this for a little bit. course, the mind will jump in. It'll say things like, what exactly am I supposed to do here? Or maybe, existence? How interesting. Let me ponder cosmology. There's no need to go into any of that good stuff. But for these few minutes, even though the thoughts are there in the background, don't look for them. Just think about existence and be. Nothing you need to do to get into your being. You're already 100% here. This breath, that sound, maybe you dislike each. Maybe the configuration is strange or even unexpected. Just be. Keep going. And now just rest here. And that's it. It's really kind of a short existential tea break. Philosophers and mystics will point out how utterly impractical it is to wonder at one's own existence. It's unlikely to lead to any job offers, that's for sure. Yet there's something bracing and even beautiful about heading into that mystery. For a few minutes each day, we can wake up. We can choose to not disappear into the hypnotic trance of shiny objects and detailed plans. Instead, we can be alive. never quite forgetting how precious it is to be here at all. Let's take one more slow breath in. And slow breath back out. Wiggle your fingers and toes, wrists and ankles. You're welcome to stay in your nice and relaxed position, or if you like to come up to a seat, you could do that too. Nice. Either way, we'll go ahead and take our hands together, honoring one another for our practice, for taking the time to show up together. It's always great to be with you guys. Namaste.
Namaste.
That was gone.
Feels good.